Good day, everyone. How are y'all doing? Hope you're all doing great and feeling groovy and all that stuff. Realizing, of course, that the government does not love you. And also realizing that pretty much everything you've been told since the day you were born is a lie. It's July the 31st of 2025, 10:15 a.m. Mr. Buzz is coming to you from the communist shithole known as Ontario, Canada. And I don't normally jump on these trends like everybody's talking about, but this one I think is worth discussing. The Sweeney fiasco, distraction, poking the bear, whatever you want to call this. So basically they got this really hot white actress named Sweeney, who is incredibly beautiful. She really is. I mean, no one can deny that. To do this ad for jeans, and they used a clever pun and said that Sweeney has great jeans. So the pun, of course, jeans with a J, it's the jeans she's wearing, but you can take it as jeans. She's got good genetics. And she's blue-eyed, and not a natural blonde, but I guess has her hair dyed like a dirty blonde color. But you can see clearly she's not a true blonde. That's obvious. I knew that as soon as I saw her the first time. She's not a blonde. So, of course, we have our wonderful liberals screaming that this is Nazi propaganda. Because it's saying that the Aryan, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, that's the good genes. Well, you'd think they would have got an actual blonde to do the ad if that's what it meant. She's not a blonde. She has brown hair, okay, that you can see. Look at her eyebrows and stuff. She's not a blonde. But I will say this. They're trying to stoke a race war. They're trying to get everybody calling other people Nazis, and actually that's the only word they seem to know. Everything that someone does that they don't like, you're a Nazi. You don't have to be doing anything like the Nazis would do, but you're a Nazi anyway, because that's just the word they like. So they keep throwing this around. And what they're demanding is that we don't use hot white women, actually. We can use hot black women or Asian women, or as long as it's not just a white person. But we're to use obese people and unattractive people in the ads, even though that doesn't do good for business. We know that. I mean, I've talked about it on here before. If I put a thumbnail of a beautiful woman on my videos, way more views just because of that beautiful woman on the thumbnail. So I'd put Sweeney on the thumbnail of this. Likely it'll be true of this video. So it's something you can't argue with. I mean, if I ran a business, if I had a corporation, I'm the CEO. I have a responsibility to make as much money for the shareholders as possible. I can't do things, well, some of the corporations tried it, doing all this wokery, and hence we now have the phrase, go woke and go broke. So I don't see how this is, even a debate, really. People want to see attractive people in ads. That's what's going to make people buy them. Put a big obese woman who's not attractive in a pair of jeans, that's not going to make people want to go out and buy them. That's not going to do it. And in the past, we've already had Beyonce do a jean ad before. Very successful, because Beyonce's a beautiful black woman. Like, it doesn't matter what color she is. If she's beautiful, she's beautiful. And that's going to sell. It's pretty simple. But the liberals want to be offended about everything. I will admit, they were probably poking the bear a little bit with this ad. They knew that this was going to get people upset. They knew people were going to perceive it as Nazi propaganda. That little pun, people are going to run with that. But it really is ridiculous. I mean, it's a beautiful woman selling jeans. Why the liberals think we should have obese and unattractive people just to include everybody, that's not what's going to sell your product. That's not what's going to work. I promise. We know this without any question. So the whole debate, in my opinion, is ridiculous. I do think, though, that they're trying to stir up trouble, and that's why they did it. They knew it would be a successful ad, but they also knew it would make the libs lose their minds, because a beautiful white woman, she's not supposed to be even showing herself anymore. She's not allowed. You're not allowed to be a beautiful white woman. It's a lot of jealousy. I mean, Sydney Sweeney is gorgeous. I mean, can't look any better than that. She's super hot. And anyone who's not gets jealous, right? If you're not the most attractive person in the world, you're just not the most attractive person in the world. Get over it. Get over it, right? The whole Barbie and Ken thing, well, I'm not Ken. I know that, never have been. So I've had to accept who I am, how I look, and how people perceive me and stuff. I can't force people to think I'm attractive if they don't, right? You got to just get over it. Well, women have a hard time with this. Women get very, very jealous of other women who are really beautiful. Like I say, Sydney Sweeney, it's hard to find someone more beautiful than that. Her looks are pretty much perfect. That is good genetics. If you develop into that, then yep, that's some good genes for sure. I mean, she's pretty much perfect looking. Is she not allowed to be? I guess not. I guess not. Supposed to have a obese, unattractive woman of color, I guess, and then everything would be fine. Or if she had to be attractive, at least if she was black, no one would have any problem. But it's because she's white. And on we go with this stoking of the race war, which I'm so tired of. There's a lot of people being accused of being racist who are just not racist at all. I'm accused of it all the time. Not a racist bone in my body. I have a problem with certain ideologies, not the color of one's skin. Not at all. Probably half of the people I've befriended in the last 10 years were from India or Iran or somewhere, and they were dark-skinned, and I don't even see that. I don't pay attention to it. I like cool people. And if I'm looking at an ad for jeans, if I was the one being marketed to, well, Sydney Sweeney, yep, that's going to sell the jeans better than, some big, obese, unattractive woman could sell them to me. I don't see the argument here at all. But people like to be offended now, and we're not supposed to even show a beautiful white woman anymore. That is forbidden now. And I think it's sad and pathetic, is what I think. But let me know what you think. If you have a different opinion, I'm open to hear it. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, and I will leave it there for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Remember that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life.